Everybody knows the name of this gentleman here. This is Mr. Kenny Duttweiler. Kenny was at the forefront of turbocharged sportsman racing before anybody knew how to spell turbocharger. Everybody remembers before it was a fad, yeah. Everybody remembers your Buick and all the things that you did with that nasty V6. I see you have one right here.
That is my original.
Is that it? Is that your original car?
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about this whole evolution that you've seen, that you've gone through all these years, building engines for these guys. You already talked to Jim Harrison over there. And, of course, everybody knows who the heck you are. And Jim, I just want you to know, we're both the same age, both young.
Both young, yeah. We've been at it a couple of days. And for the evolution, you know, you really can look at this car here. It started out as a stone stock 86 Buick. And over a period of about 8 years, we probably violated it every way you could, spent a lot of money on it, sold it a couple of times, and it's kind of back in our camp now. And then next door in Jim's camp is the modern day version of where we've gotten to, and it's pretty impressive. And now that the turbocharger stuff is so popular, especially amongst the Ford guys, I mean, they've really carried the torch on that deal. And now we're getting some people in the Middle East they've just gone nuts on turbocharged stuff. I mean, you can't build them big enough or powerful enough for them. It's a great deal. I mean, I think it's just interesting that we can do this, and I get the best part of the deal. I get paid to build what I would like to build myself, and then all I have to do is just give it away when I'm done. You know, so it's neat.
You know, Kenny, you and I talked many years ago, and I remember you saying, well, you know, I've done pretty much everything I can do with this Buick V6. I'm going to do some Mustang stuff because they made 1 million of those things, and I know I'll make a lot more money on that.
That was a pretty good statement. It was, you know, and boy, the Mustang deal, that really took off. I am glad that I had a hand in starting that. And the Mustang guys, to their credit, didn't need a lot of hand-holding to get it done. I mean, when they saw the advantages of it, there was 100 of them jumped in immediately. So that was the best thing that ever happened for turbocharging, and still is today, because, you know, you look in the GM camp, there's a lot of turbocharged stuff, but I think the Ford deal outnumbers them by a good margin. And
well, you know, I think the piston companies probably hate you, because all those nitrous guys wound up having to buy 3 or 4 or 5 sets at a time. Now you come along, you make nice soft hits and everything, make a heck of a lot more power, and
you know, when you look at it, you question sometimes why you'd run some of the other power venues, you know, because I had one customer, Bob Reeder, that was running 818-inch normally aspirated motors, and the run prep to get ready for a day's running was, you know, it took him an hour, and he's watching one of our customers eating hot dogs and playing around, you know, doing nothing basically, and he says, well, why aren't those guys working on the car? And the guy says, well, they're turbocharged. And he says, oh, really? And about 2 days later, we were doing a deal for him, and he never looked back on the other motors, you know. So, and it's very cost effective.
It's a hot tip power adder. There's no question about it. It's very efficient, and you've had so much experience with it. You know sizing. You know how to set the tubes up. You know how to do the intercoolers correctly. I mean, that's why people come to you, even if you do live in somewhere out near Santa Barbara. Nobody knows where you are, but
out there in partial farm country, but mainly in the city. Yeah, we used to be way out in the middle of nowhere, but you know that changes. People move in around you. And I can still run my dyno though. So that's all that counts.
That's all that counts. Yeah. Well, Kenny, it's great stopping by to talk to you. Good talking to you again.